Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in to Live from Cleveland at Home tonight. Today, we are going to be joined by Rob Kovacs, who I've known for quite some time. He's an amazing pianist. Rob, it's so nice to have you on the show tonight.
It's nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
We were trying to pinpoint when the last time was that you were on, but I believe it was in some group projects that you had been a part of at that time.
It was either a Math and Logic concert for Live from Cleveland, or I was promoting a Return of Simple concert. One of those two. But it was definitely a couple years ago.
You've actually have done a lot of solo work since then and have been working very hard on a solo album that just came out. Tell me a little bit about writing the material for that album as a one-man band.
It became a one-man. It's under my name, but it's definitely not a one-man band. A lot of these songs were recorded with the people who were in Math and Logic, and that band came to be because of this record. So I asked Dan Kishwanis, Dave McHenry, and Charlie Trenta if they would record on this album I'm working on, and they agreed. And then in that process of recording, I was like, why don't we become a band? And then they were like, all right. And then we were a band for like 6 months, but it really wasn't working out personality-wise. Not personality-wise, just like everyone was just so busy. So we scrapped it as a band, and then I just kept pushing forward solo. So it's released under my name, but it is very much like a band sound. As far as writing it was weird. A lot of these songs... So I was trying to do a different record of like 15 songs, and I was just going to pick maybe 10. But some of the songs that I really wanted on there didn't fit with the rest. And so I decided I'm going to make something separate with just these group of songs that are all about the same relationship. They were all written in the same time period, which is what became this album here, Let Go. And all those songs were started in like 2007, 2008. And two of them I didn't finish until 2016-ish. So that was a weird process, taking a song that you started like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And then try to like be back in that place and finish the words. It was interesting. It was a little difficult, but that's part of the process.
As almost like a different person 10 years later. I can't imagine. I personally would not want to go back and revise any of the poetry I wrote in 2007 or 2008. It was all cringy. But how was that? How was, in retrospect, kind of trying to critique your own work after the time? How was that?
There's definitely things that I would critique, but the emotions are real, and I look at songs as like a snapshot of where you are in life. And so sure, we've grown as a person and we've changed, but that person at that stage of life still existed, still valid. So that's kind of how I view those older songs like that, like this.
And we will see in a moment, because you're going to be playing all of the songs from your new record, Let Go, right there from home on your piano. Is this the piano that you recorded these songs on, or is just the one that you used for day to day?
It's actually not the same piano. I did record all the piano here, but I've since last year I upgraded to a new grand piano, and it's amazing. I'm extremely. It was a huge investment, obviously, but this is a much more professional sounding instrument, and this allows me to do more recording for other people and even more professional recordings on my own. But the piano on this record was recorded here, just on a different piano, a Baldwin baby grand piano.
Gotcha. And did you get this new piano during COVID or before COVID? Because what a good time to really invest in something that you're going to be playing pretty much every day.
Yeah, it was during COVID. I was I've been wanting one for a couple of years, like knowing I needed to upgrade, and was doing a recording for an artist named Mega Ran, who's a nerdcore rapper, and he had this album that just came out called Black Materia Remake, and I was trying to record a song for that, and just couldn't get the professional sounding tone that song required, plus other things that I was trying to record. Just was really frustrating and limiting, and so that kind of was like the impetus to like, all right, I'm finally gonna do it, gonna find the new piano, and then found this one. Took out a loan to get it, and extremely happy with it.
Yeah. Today we're going to be hearing music that is more in like the singer-songwriter category, but you got your start playing piano, just playing piano classically, right, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing piano my whole life. Like when I was tinkering around when I was 3, started taking lessons when I was 7. Then I went to college for music. I went to college for music. I went to Baldwin Wallace, got a degree in music theory. So that's really music, classical music focused. Though my goal was simply just to become a better musician and songwriter, and learn as much about music as I could. I've always wanted to be able to write music and bring music into the world that connects with people. So classical music is definitely a huge influence, but I've always kind of been in every different genre, a lot of different genres. Always been in rock music. That's where I honestly connect with the most is rock music. But I love classical too, and a little bit of everything.
And you have another project as well that you do solo called 88-Bit, and it is a reimagining of classic video game songs on the piano, correct?
Yeah.
You've done most of the arrangements for piano for a lot of these songs, or are you finding them already done?
No, I specifically do all the arrangements. There aren't. So I focus on it's called 88-Bit, and I do 8-bit music on 88 keys, and really focus on NES music, the Nintendo Entertainment System, and I find a really unique period of just music in general, because it's one of the first massively consumed computer music that is out there. So basically, the music was written for a computer or the Nintendo to perform, and not for humans to perform, which allowed composers to write things that you wouldn't be able to write, like super fast notes, tons of leaps, arpeggios that a human can't play. So it has been fun to try and recreate these on the piano, and that's taken out its life of its own. I've gotten to play a bunch of different video game conventions, anime conventions, events like PAX, GDC, Classic Game Fest, and I've met just so many wonderful people in the video game music world. And my hope is to really shed light on some of these lesser known games, because there's like 680 some Nintendo games. They all have music, and there's a lot of great music there that you wouldn't know unless you played the whole game, and most people haven't. I certainly haven't. But there's a lot of great stuff out there, and yeah, I want to keep trying to bring it out to the world.
So would you say that 88-Bit and then this new album that you've been putting together were kind of your two larger focuses within the last year or so?
Definitely. Those are two of my larger focuses, and there's a third one. I'm writing a soundtrack for a video game called Stray Light. It's a VR game, virtual reality game, and we've been working on this game for about 3 years. And I'm composing the whole soundtrack, doing all of the sound effects as well. And that should come out in July. That is our date, mid-July. So that's been a huge undertaking as well. So I'll have another album out, hopefully in July.
Very cool. So I see the record sitting in front of you on the piano as well. Is it the CD? It looked, I swear to you, that depth of field was fooling me. I thought it was a vinyl record. I was gonna say, oh, Rob, I saw the CDs, but doesn't it look like that? Everyone at home, because we were talking to Rob live right now, it really looks much larger. Removed back from you, but the CD looks great.
Thanks.
It's called Let Go. Were you kind of hoping, that people searching for Let It Go will find All Let Go when they...
No, I didn't think of that. It's amazing if they would. They'd probably be a little disappointed, but who knows? Maybe not.
Maybe not, yeah.
The title comes from one of the lyrics in the last song, and I can think of 3 albums called Let Go. Avril Lavigne, Not a Surf, Lewis Cole all have albums with the same title. So I was like, but for this album, it's like the perfect title. So I, despite that, decided to call it that anyway.
I like it. I feel like it is a little bit about kind of letting go some of the songs that you've been sitting on for quite some time too here.
Yeah, even that personally, yeah, letting these songs out and letting them go for sure. And then as far as the content of the album, yeah, it's about trying to move on in life and also letting go of someone and also sometimes wanting someone to let you go and to be let go of. So it goes both ways.
Yeah. So you've got this out on a CD. Where are some places people can also go online to listen to the album or get more information about you, Rob?
You can find that. You can just look me up on Spotify, Apple Music. It's on all those. It's on YouTube. And Bandcamp is the only place you can actually get a copy. You can download it from robkovacs.bandcamp.com. So I did make CDs. I wasn't going to make CDs, but I was working with a publicist, and she was like, make CDs, we'll send them out. Like, publications still want CDs. So I was like, all right, fine. And a lot of people have bought CDs. I've mailed about a lot. I mailed a good amount so far. So CDs are available, and then vinyl is coming. Gotta Groove is making the vinyl. I was pretty late in getting them all the assets. So that the vinyl won't come out until July also. But it'll be there. And I'm really excited for that because I got it specifically mastered for vinyl as well. The record is 30 minutes exactly, so about 15 minutes per side, which is a great length for vinyl. And it was mastered by Paul Blakemore, who's a Cleveland native and Grammy Award-winning masterer. We mastered it to tape, which sounded so great and like subtly different, but like also a huge difference at the same time. And then he mastered it specifically for vinyl, so I'm really excited for that.
So cool. I'll be looking forward to listening in many different formats and ways in the future. So tonight we're going to get the special live format version of the album. We're going to be listening to Rob play Let It Go from front to back for you here on Live from Cleveland. So thanks for tuning in and stay put for this awesome live performance. Rob, whenever you're ready, I'll have you begin. And when we come back, we'll ask Rob a couple more questions, talk about gear, things like that. So stay tuned.
Okay. So I'm going to... All right, I'm going to play it front to back. All these songs here. Can play... sorry, I'm hearing echo. My bad. Gonna play everything front to back, the whole album, and I forget what I was gonna say about it, but here we go. silent all night unless you let me unwind enough to speak my mind. We'll just fizzle away, 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 we'll just fizzle away. You wait for me to contemplate a way to cleverly state that I think we relate. To me, you are like poetry that I may never read, and that's just fine with me. We'll just fizzle away, 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 we'll just fizzle away. I've got nothing to say, we'll just fizzle away, we'll just fizzle away. Maybe some other day, we'll just fizzle away, we'll just fizzle away. I just wanted so much to hold you, I just wanted so much to be near you, I just wanted so much to be in your arms. I just wanted to hear you tell me that you wanted me near and compel me to get over my fear of falling for you. 'Cause then I knew we just fizzle away, 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 we just fizzle away. It's my only mistake, letting you slip away. If you'd only believe that you wanted to stay, we'd still be here today. Only now it's too late. Here we are trying so hard to hold on to this momentary bliss. My desires erase all my leaving me open-eyed, exposing every flaw. Another fish caught on your line. You throw me back and still I get hooked every time. And no matter what I try, I'm the one on the losing side. I am yours to wrap around, pull me in all and beyond. I desperately want to believe when you say you'll be leaving him to be with me. Whether I'm pulled into your game, foolishly convinced that I can make a move to sway, and you have no clue of what you are, and I'm captain waiting for you to figure it out. Going on blaming the world for that poison millions out to hurt this so fragile girl. And no matter what I try, you're the one on the losing side. I am yours to wrap around, pull me in all and beyond. And that's the compromise I give myself to you to give away. And then you realize that I'm the only one you wanna save. Oh, and that's the compromise I give myself to you to give away. And then you realize that I'm the only one you wanna save. Will I ever really reach you? 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 I'm a king of wishful thinking. I'm a king of wishful thinking. I'm a king of wishful thinking. Oh, I'm a king of wishful thinking. there in the window, trapped in reflection, behind closed eyelids, I hide this shattered projection. Everybody wants, everybody needs to hear the right words, to hear the right chords. Anything you want, anything you do can be the right thing at the right time. Nothing could have been the way it should have, and nothing should have been the way it could have. I will never be what I should have been. I am already all I could have been. I will never do, no, all I'm supposed to. But while I'm busy trying. I do what I need to. We will always be, yeah, what ifs and could haves. We'll never complete all the should haves. And maybe that's best for now, and maybe that's best for always, and maybe that's best for now, and maybe that's best for always, and maybe that's best for now, maybe that's best for always, and maybe that's best for now, and maybe that's best for always. Maybe that's best for now, maybe that's best for always. What's best for now is best for always. Best for Leave it all, leave it all, leave it I thought I told you I don't want us anymore. I thought I showed you I was closing off that door. Soon would know for sure we'd stay a bitter memory that I would happily ignore. You don't have to write me just to say hello. You don't need reminders of what you already know. Did you fail to hear when I made it clear to you and for myself? I've had enough of hell for one life. I don't care if you're alone and losing friends. I don't buy your empty attempts to make amends. Haven't you moved on and found another sap to wrap your life around and drag him through the ground? Was I somehow supposed to know that months from then you'd still not let go? I'm doing fine, living alone, working late at night. I'm a bit surprised to hear from you. I thought I'd make this clear to you. I'm smile. If it gets too late, there's plenty of space to crash here for the night. No, it'd be alright. I'm only here for 3 more days, and I am not afraid to make mistakes. Couldn't you have let me know that years from then I'd still not let go?
Awesome. Thank you
And that's
so much. Thank you so much.
That is the whole album.
Thank you
That's it.
very, very much, Rob. That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was,
We had a few comments I heard. I'm going to shout out our watchers there out on the internet, on our YouTube channel, on Facebook, as well as Rob's Twitch we are streaming from tonight, which is cool too.
I see that as well. I see everyone on Twitch. Thank you for being there on Twitch, everyone, on my Twitch page.
Someone mentioned that, the album flows really well together. Listening front to back, it seemed to have parts where it crescendos, like the energy is super high, other parts that complement it, but maybe are a little bit lower energy. And I've been listening to a lot of full albums, actually, since we've been in quarantine. You get so used to watching, I feel like, Netflix or just movies for hours and hours. We really forget how brief and beautiful listening to an album in its entirety can be. So, Rob, when you wrote this album, did you mean for people to listen to it in its entirety? Did you have obvious singles or things that you thought were going to be the ones to pull?
I definitely wrote it as a concept album. But all the songs are part of the same story. They on the record, a lot of them overlap. A lot of them they're all in the same keys. They're all in either D flat or A flat, or they'll change keys within the song to one or the other. And it's one. I didn't write, and I wrote all the songs kind of at the same period. I didn't write them initially with the intent of I'm going to make an album like this, but looking at the songs, being like, oh, I can make these into an album, and then later went back and finished 2 songs that were written started during the same time as the other ones. So they're all kind of this musically. They're all very similar, and lyric wise, it's all the same story. So yeah, very much intended to be the same thing or one album.
Yeah, and I encourage people to listen through to more albums as well. It's not going to take as long out of your life as you think. We do a lot of other time-consuming things, so to listen to a whole album front to back is such a treat we can give ourselves right now.
And this one's only 30 minutes, so yeah, it's not a
right.
It's not a big time commitment.
You do have a few music videos. I think one music video that you put out just very recently, like this week, 4 songs from Let Go. So tell me a little bit about the ones that you filmed music video for.
Yeah, we did one music video for the song "Reach You." It was directed by Chad Lieben, who's done a lot of stuff for some local artists around here and some really big artists. he's done all kinds of stuff. So I was thrilled when he was down to work on one of my songs. I sent him the whole record, and I was like, if there's any song you want to do, you pick whatever. You can do whatever you want. I like your style. And he really liked the record and was picking between Momentary Bliss and the song Reach You. And then we went with Reach You, which is the longest one on the record. It's almost 7 minutes. We shot it during COVID. It was just the 3 of us. So me, Chad, and Genevieve Jensen, who's the other actor in it. And she was amazing. She did so amazing. She was so great to work with, so comfortable to work with. And it just looks great. Like Chad just did an awesome job with directing it, filming it, editing it, coming up with the story and concept. We had a little back and forth. One concept was that we wouldn't, me and the other character would never actually like touch, and that has to do with like the story, but it also was COVID related. So
Right.
it was she was more comfortable doing it that way, and me too, honestly. That there's no contact. So that's it. That's the only video that we did for the. Possibly I could do more, but right now there's no plans to do that.
Sure. It was a good time and a good person to work with. He had the Cleveland street cred and the industry street cred, so it sounds like you made a good choice.
I feel very grateful to have worked with him and the result.
Was it shot at Squire's Castle? Is that what's in the background there?
In the video?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh,
most of the video was shot here at my house, so that was most of it.
Gotcha. I saw like a still from it, and I almost thought it was Squire's Castle.
I think there's a photo. I think there's like a photo from Squire's Castle. I think it's from Squire's Castle. Is that on the east side, Cleveland Heights?
Yeah, it looks like a little empty outdoor castle in the Metro Park.
That's Jillian Bartholomew Photography took that photo, and I think that's where we were. And she's great too. We did 2 photo shoots, and she's just awesome. I highly recommend her if you need any photos. J. Bartholomew Photography. She's great.
Very cool. I have to ask you too. I think one of the not rumors, but those online things I've heard about you is that Ben Folds actually gave a YouTube critique of one of your songs on his YouTube.
Yes, on his private unlisted YouTube. He has a Patreon page, and I've been he started Patreon, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, and I saw it and I jumped on it, and he started doing this thing where he's gonna like critique people's songs. You submit a song and he'll critique it. So I think I was on the 4th episode or maybe the 7th one. Anyway, I submitted my song, and he's been an idol and huge inspiration. His influence is undeniable in my own music. I've seen him play a handful, 5 times, I think. And so to have him critique my song I was so nervous, but quite an experience. And he said very nice things. He usually says nice things, but he was very complimentary about the song. The song was Reach You, which was the video that I made. And he was very complimentary. People in the stream were also very complimentary. His main critique was the ending. He was like, the ending is definitely too long. You need to shorten that. And I definitely did not shorten it.
Well, also I feel like yours and Ben Folds' goals might be a tiny bit different.
Yeah.
As far as airplay and all of it.
Yeah. I'm not. Single. Trying to make a radio single is not really what I'm going for.
Not high up on the list.
But that actually turned out to be really like amazing experience. Not only hearing from Ben Folds, but I met a bunch of other people which kind of led to me getting a publicist and then a label to release it, and then other people that got part of the team to help put the album out, and that's been incredibly helpful. Honestly, without them, this album might still be sitting on my laptop. So I'm really grateful for that whole experience.
It's amazing how far you can get when you ask other people for help. So I always like to encourage people to, if that's what they need to set them on the right track, by all means, go for it. Give that to yourself.
Definitely can use some help. Yeah, all of us.
Yeah. But I was also going to ask too, from either from the Ben Folds thing, or I know too a lot of people follow you because of the 88-bit project that's been really popular as well on YouTube and all of that. Did you specifically invest in equipment for the pandemic so you could still do live streams and Twitch and things? And what were some of the first things that you decided to invest in?
Oh my gosh, so much.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so the pandemic hit and all my gigs were gone. And when I was about to go to Kentucky March 12th, and like that Tuesday, like Sunday, I was for a musical. I was supposed to play a musical. It was a debut. That was be 8 shows a week for about a month, and great gig. And I was practicing all the way up till Sunday until I was supposed to leave on Tuesday, and finally Sunday I was like, okay, everything's canceled, and everything else. Other gigs were all canceled, so no performing opportunities. So it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna start at least streaming. I think the first thing I did actually was, I forget. It was the Zoom concerts that Michelle Goff put on. I forget the name of it. I don't think they're doing them anymore, but
yeah, she like partnered with Bright a little bit for them. I'm trying to think if it'll come to me. We had Michelle on very early on when I think we were still in the studio doing our last show in this station, just one person. We had Michelle on. Anyways.
She's great, and this concert was, I think, the first live thing I did, streaming thing.
I think it was just virtual shows CLE.
Yeah, that's it. Virtual shows CLE. And I tried to do more, and my laptop just couldn't handle it, so I had to buy a new computer. And I've just kept trying to up my streaming game. I already do like professional recordings here, so my recording and sound equipment is pretty good. So I just kept trying to improve everything for streaming, which is you need a lot of stuff. So I bought a new laptop. I got a new camera. I ended up getting a new microphone as well, which I needed anyway. So those are some of the main things. Those are the main things. All for streaming.
People, I feel like, don't realize you can use a lot of the things that perhaps you had if you wanted to, the microphone, the headphones that you would normally have to record from home, because maybe more people have had experience recording at home than streaming at home at this point. And it has been such a huge investment as far as time and money to get up to date here to try to be able to make a living again.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally just stream from your phone. Like you can do that too.
But this this is so much better.
Good, I hope so.
It is.
I moved from Facebook. You can definitely do it on your phone. Twitch, the streamers on Twitch are pretty high level quality wise, so you kind of see where the bar is. And I enjoy streaming on Twitch a lot better. Shout out to everybody on Twitch right now. And yeah, so it's just I love the community more. It's a better streaming experience just to watch, like as a consumer. Twitch is better. So, but yeah, you don't need all this stuff. You can just stream with your phone. That works too.
Both ways are totally good to know. Remind us one more time what the album's called and where you can go online to find it.
Let's see. The album's called Let Go.
It is. Oh, yes.
So songs in the back. And you can find it only online at robkovacs.com. No, that's not it. robkovacs.bandcamp.com.
Are we putting
you can find it on my website as well, robkovacsmusic.com. You can find it, links to that. You can also stream it on Spotify, Apple Music. I think all the songs are on YouTube as well. Whatever you want. SoundCloud is another option. All the options are available.
And that great video is also on YouTube as well. And you have a fair amount of other videos on YouTube. If they go there, what else may they find from your channel?
Today, on my channel, someone today just was like, "Oh, I didn't realize you're the guy who did Piano Phase by yourself." That's a video you'll find.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? This was the other, I think, Rob internet myth that I heard about you before we met, I think.
Oh, wow. Good. Yeah, that's my most watched video. It's got 600,000 views of some sort. I've never made a dime off it, in case anyone is curious. But it's from college, and I performed Piano Phase, which is a classical piece by Steve Reich, and it requires 2 pianos and 2 people. The concept is one person, they're playing the same pattern over and over again. They're both playing the same pattern, but one of them starts to speed up ever so slightly, and then they start to get off, and then they lock back in, but they're now an 8th note part. And you get this weird like echo effect. So I learned how to play that by myself, where I'd speed up one hand just a little bit, keep the other hand steady. And at the time, I reached out to the manager of Steve Reich and asked if anyone else had ever done it this way, and he said no. So I was able to book this as like a world premiere of this piece, a way to play it. No one's ever played it that way. So then I eventually put that video on YouTube years later, and it's still there today. Some people, I know professors show it to their classmates sometimes, and it's one of my most like proud achievements to have done that.
You may never make any money from the YouTube video, but you could potentially write a book about it at some point, or that could be an experience in your your autobiography of life, because it is so cool to see from an audience perspective as well. Some people said that they thought that it was like not humanly possible.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny comments on that page. A lot of like, you have two brains, or a split brain, or there's, I forget now, I can't remember the name, the part of the brain that connects the left and right. But no one, since then there's been multiple pianists who have done it.
Okay.
Peter Adu is one, but there's been several who have done it since.
It was kind of cool, maybe for a minute, thinking you were some sort of like super villain who could, play two pianos at once in this type of style. So
I like that.
I love it. That'll be the comic part of your autobiography. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Rob, people can follow you on YouTube. Is it just your name there, Rob Kovacs? That's Kovacs.
This is a travesty.
Whoops.
My YouTube page got messed up last month. Like somehow we in the process of like putting up this new video and like switching my YouTube page to like a brand page, which is a thing that YouTube offers. It changed my YouTube link. So now if you go to youtube.com/Rob Kovacs, which has been my YouTube for 10 years, it now goes to some other user. I'm so mad. So actually, the current, it like reverted to my original YouTube page, which was Return of Simple. So to find all my YouTube stuff now is at youtube.com/Return of Simple. Trying to get this fixed, but it's a mess right now. The other YouTube page is youtube.com/88bit. That's my other one.
You're just having a rebranding. It's okay. This was the official announcement.
Yeah.
It has changed up. Don't you worry. But you can find all of that on your YouTube page, and that all looks so lovely too. You really had the full update, the full experience.
Good. Thank you.
All right. One more time, where can people go to get this album from you, get more information as well? Especially when you get the vinyl in too from Gotta Groove in July.
Go to Bandcamp, robkovacs.bandcamp.com. You can order a CD, you can get a vinyl, which I'm really excited about. You can also just download it, or you can stream it all from Bandcamp. Speaking of Return of Simple, you can also order both CDs if you want to know like my whole like songwriting catalog. You can order both this CD and the Return of Simple CD. That came out, 2006. That was quite a while ago.
For all the completists out there.
Yeah. A handful of people have bought both, so I'm excited about that. Those songs, too. Like, I'm proud of those songs as well. But that's the place to go, Bandcamp. robkovacs.bandcamp.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Rob, for joining us for this time together. It was beautiful to see your home and your piano and where you've been making all of this great stuff. So I appreciate joining us.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you, Rachel, for inviting me to your show. This has been great.
Anytime. Next week, we are going to be having a special celebration for Black History Month here on Live from Cleveland, and so that is a little bit of a hint what to expect. I'm sure you will recognize the performers that you see as we've done a Black History Month special with them, I believe for the last 2 years or so. So tune in next week for that. We won't be doing a Live from Cleveland, but we will be on the air Thursday from 10 to 11 p.m. That's also when you can catch the rebroadcast of this interview and performance tomorrow night on the air. Thanks again. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.